Shakera, Shakera.
Back to my channel. It's your girl Shakera, and if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by, and just go ahead and subscribe and turn that post notification on so you'll be notified every time I upload. And in today's video, I'll be doing a review slash makeup look using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam Palette, which they came out with Valentine's Day. And I kind of risked my life buying this palette because the last palette, which was a Subculture palette, was very disastrous and the reviews were so bad. And hopefully this palette is not the same as the Subculture palette, because I'll be so devastated. I pay so much for this palette, and for the price of a high-end product, it's not supposed to be giving out mediocre result. Like, it just don't make any sense, because there's a lot of drugstore products out there that works like high-end products. I don't really know what makeup look I'm going for yet, so wherever the wind take me, then that's where I'm going. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Let me go ahead and add some lip gloss on my lips, because right now they're screaming I need some moisture. This is what the Soft Glam palette looks like. The outside is velvety and it's this yellow mustard color, and I'm not a fan of the velvet packaging because they get dirty so easily, and it's as similar as the Modern Renaissance palette and the Subculture palette. And it has 14 eyeshadows, and the colors are absolutely beautiful. It also comes with a mirror and a brush, and the brush, I'm not really a fan of the brush, but I still use it anyway. And it has matte shadows and shimmery shadows. I'm gonna put the Modern Renaissance palette and the Soft Glam palette side by side so you can see what both of them looks like. And don't mind my Modern Renaissance palette because I use this a lot. So I realized that they placed Tempera, Burnt Orange, and Cypress Amber from the Modern Renaissance palette to the Soft Glam palette, and to be honest, the Burnt Orange and the Cypress Amber in the Soft Glam palette looks nothing like the one in the Modern Renaissance palette. Go ahead and start the look, and I'm just gonna prime my eyes using my Kylie Cosmetics concealer in Buttermilk. And if you guys haven't seen that review I did on this concealer, definitely go ahead and check it out, because this concealer is bomb. Like, so many people was iffy about it, but I personally like it. And the brush I'm using to blend it out is a brush from the Kylie Cosmetics birthday collection. I'm gonna go ahead and set that with Tempera from the Soft Glam palette, and the brush I'm using is the same brush from the palette. So I'm just gonna use Sienna as a transition color, and I'm just lightly tapping my brush into it. And as you could see, there's already fallouts, which is kind of normal for me. I really don't have a problem with that, but look how much product is on the brush. I'm just gonna tap the excess off the brush and start blend this out. Hopefully this blends like magic. And I'm just putting this color above my crease. And I'm not really adding pressure on the brush because I don't want the color to be too intense above the crease. So I'm just lightly gliding it. Next color I'm using is Cypress Amber, and I'm using a smaller blending brush because I want to apply this directly in my crease. So this color is blending out really nicely, no patches or anything. I'm assuming I got out of the good batch, and that shouldn't be the case, you know. Like, it's, if you're gonna come out with a product, it's supposed to be uniform. Like, everything is supposed to be one, like the same results, the same everything. And it's not really fair because we work hard for money, and if we're gonna spend it on something that's supposed to be good, then the result is supposed to be good. I'm just gonna go back in with the first brush to blend out harsh lines. I'm gonna go in with Noir, if that's how it's pronounced, and it's this black eyeshadow, and I'm using a 231 small tapered blending brush from Luxy Beauty. So I'm just gonna focus this color on the outer corners of my lid. This black is rich. Like, this black is bomb. Very hard to find a rich black eyeshadow because every black eyeshadow that I own, I have to like dip into the black like 100 times, and it could be frustrating at sometimes, especially when you're going for a smoky eye. But this one, I haven't dipped back in the palette yet, and this is absolutely rich. Like, look at this, and it's blending out nicely. I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used with the brown eyeshadow to blend out harsh lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and carve out my crease, and I'm using the Kylie concealer with a Luxie Beauty brush. I'm gonna go ahead and use bronzed, and I'm just gonna spray my brush so this could be more intense. I'm gonna apply this on the outer corner of my cut crease. I'm gonna use rose pink for the inner corner of the cut crease. I'm gonna go back in with that black eyeshadow and blend it into the bronze. I'm looking hella crazy right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pop some lashes on, put my face on, and I'll return with my final thoughts on this Soft Glam palette. I'm back with a full face, and I smudged Sienna and Noor on the bottom of my eyes. And for highlight, I'm using the Amrezy highlighter. And I wish the palette had came the same time when I got the highlighter so I could make it into one review, but that's fine. And if you haven't seen my review on this highlighter, definitely go check it out. And this highlighter is freaking bomb, and you need it in your life. Stop rambling because you're here for the tea on this palette. And listen, I absolutely love this palette. It blended so well. The matte shadows are gorgeous, the shimmer shadows even better, and I was so surprised about the black eyeshadow in this palette. Like, it took my breath away because I have so many palettes with black eyeshadows and none of them work as great as the one in this palette. So I definitely give ABH thumbs up for that one. And again, nothing was patchy. I wasn't having any problems. I had a lot of fallouts, but that's normal for me. I don't really have a problem with that. Everyone has their own preference, and this palette is worth every penny. And I hope if you're watching this and you already buy your palette, hopefully yours is as great as mine. Like, I know the feeling, like you buy something and you don't like it, worse you spend a lot of money, because this palette costs $42 and that's kind of pricey, and it would be unfair you spend $42 on a high-end product to get like shitty results. Like, it just don't make no sense. But yes, I really love this palette. I'm very impressed. The Modern Renaissance palette already has my heart, and this palette is definitely snatching my soul. Like, I'm so obsessed with this palette. Like, this palette is definitely going in my favorites palette drawer. Yes, I do have one where all my favorite palettes are, and I love the look that I did, even though I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like, I was literally lost in the sauce, but I kind of like it. Like, it definitely came together now that I added my lashes and my entire face. Like, it looks good. Like, if you think it looks good, let me know in the comment section below. Thank y'all so much for watching, and if you like this review, give this video a thumbs up. Also comment below, and definitely go ahead and subscribe and turn that post notification on so you'll be notified every time I upload, and I'll see you next time.